Why would you apply a voice changer in a private Discord call with someone? Same exact thing he said to me. My response was, yeah, I have a question. Is this a copy and paste? So there's my fucking answer. I can't believe I was talking to like a copy and paste and AI machine this entire time. He wants to be a filmmaker. He wants to direct. He wants to make movies. He doesn't actually care about the information. He's like holding this documentary he has hostage. He's asking people to be patient while at the same time rushing creators to get on his boat. He's got no plan at all. Without further ado, because this is actually an hour and 11-minute video. But yeah, basically this is Nick's video. MamaMax lied about everything. Leaked call and fake videos. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be watching here. And yeah, I've not seen this yet. So let's begin. That's the intro. Let's get those likes up, says RBF. I agree.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Diorio. Before we get started...
Hi, I'm Nicholas Diorio. Now before we get started, I gotta get more white. Hi, I'm Nicholas Diorio.
Today, I'm going to be clear and concise about what this video will prove. Today, you're going to see undeniable evidence.
What is that? Mutahar's half of our joint investigation is down below. Wait, did Mutahar do his own video then? Mutahar's half of our investigation is down below. Down below where? Oh, I'm assuming he will, and it just doesn't exist yet. Oh, okay.
About what this video will prove. Today, you're going to see undeniable evidence that MamaMax is a complete and total fraud. He is a content creator who claims his platform exists to empower abuse survivors. And the reality is, MamaMax is a liar. His actions in the past and present paint a far more sinister picture. Right off the bat, this video does contain clips of the leaked recording between myself, MamaMax, and Mutahar of Some Ordinary Gamers. If Max has an issue with how he is portrayed in this video, I consent to the full call being released. I am not afraid. In the event where Max tries to bully me with threats of getting my channel banned, this video removed, or anything else through use of YouTube contacts, which he has done to content creators, removed. In the event where Max tries to bully me with full call being released, I am not afraid. In the event where...
Oh, okay. Sorry, I need to re-listen to that. I said in the event that Max starts to do it. So... because I was like confused if he said that he did it in the call, but no, because basically he kind of like this is if you know, for those of you who have missed this part, he basically like
with threats
like to lyrics, he kind of like he does these really subtle manipulative like kind of threats, and this is the kind of shit he did to me too, right? In the DMs when we go over it, like he does these really weird and like intense. He's really fucking intense, by the way. So like he basically kind of threatens lyrics to take down like his videos if he didn't comply with his request.
Of getting my channel banned, this video removed, or anything else through use of YouTube contacts, which he has done to content creators who have exposed him recently, I will not hesitate to drop our full, uncut recording for the entire internet to see. I will not be silenced, and you will get everything that's coming to you.
Max is supposed to be the one bringing the story across to everyone. And yes, if in the case that everything is actually...
Why is it my job? Yeah, why are you putting it all on me? Like,
because it's your case!
One bringing it. Why are you...
Absolutely. I am the first one.
Okay, a few months ago, the YouTuber named MamaMax asked me to react to his content and promote the massive investigation he was about to release.
Oh my god, hold on. It's so funny to read this DM and it's like a copy and paste. Literally, it's like, oh my god, and it's so funny too. Because my response to the message where he said dear Edwin, and to him he says dear Nick, right? It's like almost verbatim the same exact message that he sent me the first one. And he's like in the end it literally says, if you have any questions, please let me know, I'll respond as soon as I can. Same exact thing he said to me. My response was, yeah, I have a question. Is this a copy and paste? So there's my fucking answer. It's so funny. I can't believe it. Sorry guys. It's just funny to see that he like literally copy and pasted this and like, oh my god.
Asked me to react to his content and promote the
See, so this is why it's like live research, because now I know to look at that when I'm doing my own video.
massive investigation he was about to release. Max Striker claimed to be exposing a depraved individual who used social media to lure society's most vulnerable into compromising situations. Cameron Jerard Davis has been accused of masquerading as mythical creatures such as werewolves and vampires in the hopes to lure children, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, is what I would have said if Max's videos on the subject weren't terrible. Max released 3 videos that provide essentially nothing in the form of evidence. The average person can't follow anything.
This is true. It's true, guys. Last night I clicked on this one, on the reacting to reactions of Sniper Wolf, and I was like, I think I have something to react on a live stream tomorrow. So, but then I saw Nick post, like, okay, might as well react to this one instead. Even though this one's an hour long, but yeah, this video is like so tacky. So tacky.
He's released so far, and more time was spent responding to critics than providing actionable proof that content creators could use to condemn Cameron Jerard Davis. In fact, after Max threatened me privately for not...
Oh my god, this is also a fucking... You know what, so this is the thing. Okay. You know, so I was about to say, like, what's the point of doing my video on the DMs? But no. Actually, this is great, because like my video won't just be another MamaMax video, right? Because right now you search MamaMax on YouTube and it's like there's just a flood right now. Everyone's fucking jumping and jerking into MamaMax content. Oh my god, yeah. And like, you know, in a sense, like I guess this could be seen as that as well. But I was technically one of the first. It's like Sandwich Man said to me the other day. He's like, Edwin, this could have been yours. This should have been yours. I'm like, I mean, I guess, like, not like I care, but no, that makes it seem like I care. I don't know. No, but like the fact that I have other sources now to reference that he said like the same exact or extremely similar messages, not just to me. And it is so weird. I can't believe I was talking to like a copy and paste and AI machine this entire time. It's gonna be so weird, guys, because it's different dates. Like, I think my conversation only lasted like 2 to 3 days, and this is already like, you know, a week after my conversation, yet it's the same exact fucking message.
Not reacting to his unwatchable video on my main YouTube channel, I cataloged my 10 hours of research publicly in the form of 2 live streams, and my results were astounding.
All right, we're 2 hours in this. We're 2 hours in right now. Realistically, we're another hour and a half on top of our 4.5 hours in. So we're at like the 6-hour mark of understanding what's going on here. And I will point out to you, now that we've hit the 6-hour mark, that I still don't know what Cameron Jerard Davis has done. And spoiler alert, when we hit the 8-hour mark or the 10-hour mark, I don't know how far we're gonna go. We're still not gonna know.
Maybe we can do 1.2 of X since it's a pretty long video.
After 10 grueling hours investigating this vampire werewolf cult, I realized I've learned essentially nothing about Cameron Jerard Davis, the accused.
On Martin Spencer, a girl from Wiley, Texas, mysteriously disappeared, lured by the illusion of joining a supernatural family as a vampire on some random corner of the internet. She actually found herself ensnared in a dangerous cult led by a predator posing as a werewolf god.
Max Striker's evidence provides without a shadow of a doubt that this might just be a video of a black man roaring like a wolf with fake vampire teeth in his mouth.
Okay, so to further parody Max, Nick decided to do the QR code, which I don't understand because he knows how much I suffered with this 2 years ago when we were reviewing Max's video. So, question for the audience. Do we suffer again? Like, damn it, Nick. Do we look up the QR codes? Does anybody already know what the QR code say? Because he flashed one just now, and it's like, because then I have to rewind. I forgot what the keys are to even do frame by frame too. Is it J? No. Is it L? No. It's comma. Oh.
Along with this compelling evidence.
Wait, I think it's comma. Let's suffer. Okay, we're gonna suffer here. Well, someone posted all the QR codes? Oh. Okay, can someone post the link in my Discord? But I'll look up the first one, just, you know. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's see what it says. If it comes up. Open link. Is this just was this just a link to his own channel? Is this just a link to Nick's channel? I think that's what it was. Wait, QR is leaked clips of the call with Max? Okay. Well, I think the first one is just a link to Nick's channel. This one. So, but yeah, like I said, if someone can, okay, look, I'm glad I looked it up and made me laugh.
Like a wolf with fake vampire teeth in his mouth. Along with this compelling evidence, we also know details about his family, including his mother's name for some reason.
This video is for... I'd like to extend my most heartfelt apology that this is how you have to find all of this out. But the fact of the matter is, your son, Camden Jerard Davis, has been victimizing hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of mothers.
You started to direct your chat to tell them to go reach out to the mom and to the brother to find out information about Camden. Is that that's true, right?
I guess so.
You don't have any proof that they're even involved, right?
Correct. Thank you all for joining the stream and participating in this conversation. We'll see you probably never again.
And when people ask why his serious allegations...
Also, I think there's gonna be a huge point for my video, and I'm sure other people have pointed out, but I just can't get over how different his voice actually sounds. Actually, I don't even know if that's his real voice, what we just heard, because what? Like, guys, when I had the private call with him, he didn't sound like that. Okay, and like, it's like, why would you apply a voice changer in a private Discord call with someone? Like, that's just so confusing to me. I like it's I'm just so speechless at that. This is what he sounded like. Okay. Let me go back. Let's hear how he sounds here.
Joining the stream and participating in this conversation. We'll see you probably never again.
And when people ask...
Okay. Yo, what's going on?
Edwin, it is very nice to meet you.
Could you guys hear that?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Okay, now compare to this.
We'll see you probably never again.
And when...
I'm so confused. It goes from one sounding like low pitched to the other sounding like high pitched. Yo, what's going on?
Edwin, it is very nice to meet you.
It's just confused.
When people asked why his serious allegations were so over-dramatized and hard to understand, this was his answer.
What even is this?
So, the MamaMax universe was a cautionary tale that takes place in the dystopian future where child predators have seized global power.
MamaMax universe? You're telling me this dude was like inspired by the MCU or something, bro? Please.
Exploiting the digital landscape to entrench their rule. Rising from the ashes of a society that failed to protect its most vulnerable, the children emerged. A covert network of vigilantes inspired by the style of Hotline Miami. Once victims, they are now hunters of monsters who hurt children. They form a structured rebellion seeking to dismantle the predatory hierarchy.
Yeah, I'm sure that helped everyone out. Max claims to be advising and protecting the 8 known victims out of Cameron's hundreds of potential abuse survivors, and yet we know next to nothing about him or really them. You can hear some spoken word testimony on a separate YouTube channel that was created by Spencer. Who is Spencer, you ask? A survivor who is now living with MamaMax.
Maybe this point is to be said later, but it's like Max blurs so much from reality in his sketches or whatever acted films, whatever he wants to call it, right? That it's like, how can you expect to be taken seriously when you're creating a MamaMax cinematic universe and then you're also trying to help survivors? Like,
I offered because it felt like the perfect storm. Like, it felt like, okay, clearly this is happening for a reason. I figured if I can just document the prime subject of my documentary, then why not just have her live with me? And since she needed a home.
Don't worry, he's hoping Spencer will be financially independent soon.
That's not to say it's gonna be permanent. I do want to get Spencer to become independent at some point. We're gonna get all her medical stuff done, for basically everything. Like, you need to learn how to drive, we're gonna do that.
But for some reason...
Yeah, this is like a crazy detail to me because not so much the driving, right? Okay, I guess plenty of people don't know how to drive, and it's fine in like cities like London and stuff, you know, or New York probably, like, but like yeah, in Texas it's much more separate. And she moved in with Max, this alleged survivor of this alleged abuser, Jerard, Camden Jerard Davis, just moved in with Max and has waited literally years for Max to have enough time to be able to cover her story. And yeah, by the way, that's what this is kind of about, or that's what Max. God, there's so many layers to this, and you know what's crazier about this, right? Is that like he made this girl wait like 3 years to cover her story. Meanwhile, when he was like messaging me, Nick, which Critikal, and all these other creators, he wanted everybody to just respond right away. He's like, I don't have that kind of time. You need to get the word out right away. Like, he was extremely demanding. So it's like every rule applies to everybody except for him. Like, he wants everything on his dime. And actually, that reminds me of another reference of like his character. One of the times, like 2 years ago, back when Tommy C was covering him, he was in the chat. He's like, I only have 5 minutes. Let me call in now. In the beginning of the show. And if you ever watch the Tommy C show, it's like he takes callers at the end, and he's not just going to treat you like a princess just because you demand to make shit all about you. And especially with Tommy C, if he's going to react to something, he doesn't know what he's going to talk to you about. He hasn't watched it yet. But it's like, Max is such a diva, and I don't know why. I mean, we could just do speculation, but...
The strapping young roommates decided to post a 4-hour podcast. Unfortunately for the both of them, the biggest takeaway from that podcast is that Max himself is being investigated by the FBI.
I literally got a card on my front fence from the FBI. They didn't even bother contacting you.
No.
That shows how much more they care about my case than yours.
And Spencer potentially admitted to a crime.
Did you ever recruit?
Yes. So my particular recruitment style, go on Whisper and post about, if you want to join a family dynamic, hit me up on Kick. There's one time he did have me lure a girl, like, physically.
That sounds fucking illegal. What is going on? Oh my god. Ileano, I don't know if it'd be worthy. I think I have other topics. Although, yeah, no, I think there's just too much. There's too much of a flood. Like, for my Edwin's generation, I like to do more niche kind of topics, or like offer angles that I, you know, wouldn't normally. And also, I feel like this MamaMax thing kind of became a Homeboy kind of home, you know, because like I did so much like live streaming on this guy already, so I might as well keep it here. And I think the only thing I really want to do is just like the DMs and talk about like how ridiculous that shit is.
I lured a girl physically.
We got an Uber and went and picked this girl up from like 30 minutes away from us, and she was like 13 or 14, and he kept trying to convince me to convince her to have sex with him, and I was like, no. Thankfully, her parents got her the next day.
What the fuck?
Me and Kayla are pretty sure
Listen,
that
Max
he went over there and he her after I was with my foster parents.
When your victim is going to talk about something where they're potentially implicating themselves in a crime, I mean, I don't know what age they were at the time, but regardless, like, you should absolutely be seeking legal advice before you even think about bringing this up.
Why this was uploaded at all, I will not understand. If anything, they're creating a defamation case for the man they hope to put in prison. MamaMax has chose to make a schizophrenic ARG adventure instead of a detailed allegation video with supporting evidence, so he can help protect and support women who put their trust in him.
So you do understand, if you go to court, they can pull these live streams from court. You do know that, right?
We're not going to court, Zyla.
So what are you doing? Just hunting them down like a deer? Is that what we're doing?
Have you not been listening this stream? So when we reached out to the lawyer, he told us it would not be beneficial to pursue a case against Camden Jerard Davis because he likely does not have substantial assets. So he recommended that we all go in person.
So you plan, okay, so you do plan to go to police, right?
Of course.
If you go to police and say they...
A lawyer told him he doesn't have substantial evidence for this case? What? So that is just such a terrible quote. That is such a terrible quote.
You say, okay, yay, we're going to go get him or whatever. I don't know, live in a dreamland, whatever you want to feel. Are you going to court after that?
I'm unsure about the entire process. I think that's the job of the district attorney, but the survivors would likely appear as witnesses.
What bothers me is your answer right there. You've been doing this for 5 years and you don't know how the process goes? How many people have you actually caught?
I've never been to court.
MamaMax claims to have hunted predators for years, but it is more than evident that he has no idea what he's doing, and now his past has begun to come under fire.
Well, I guess the question is like, the Nick's getting at is like, okay, so you want to enact this change. What do you hope is the eventual result of your video?
Okay.
Of all this.
So I know there's people out there saying I'm doing it to self-serve. I just want my video back up. I don't give a shit if my video comes back up. It did what it needed to do. The rapist that was in the video is currently in police custody.
Was that as a result of your video, or was that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video.
I'm so sick of having predators that run away like Pablo Sonny and we don't get them. I am investing all of me into you and the survivor, Spencer, because
MamaMax claims he needs help from all of these YouTubers, from, checks notes, Joe Rogan to Anthony Fantano, yet he refuses to...
Okay, right, so in one of Max's videos, he's like, you know, asking... It's very interesting. I don't know if like... so maybe like behind the scenes, MamaMax just like DMs people like me and Nick, and I guess most Critikal, right? Or I don't know, and like tries to get them to cover his story, right? But then on his video, he asks these ridiculously huge that he doesn't have contact with, right? Like Mr. Beast and Joe Rogan and Anthony Fantano. He's like, I don't have their Discord name, so I'm just gonna do a call out on my video. But what I just noticed too,
these YouTubers, from, checks notes, Joe Rogan.
He's got like a twerking girl
to Anthony Fantano.
Like, or is that furry? What is that? Like in front of Anthony's? What is this, you guys?
I know.
Why? What is it and why is it?
The majority of help that Max has been able to provide with his deep skill set and large platform is a botched social media campaign called #WeAreReal. The reason I cite this as a failure is simple. Nobody knows anything about the cult that Max claims to be exposing. In fact, I've referred to Camden Jerard Davis as Cameron throughout the previous 10 minutes of this video, and I guarantee that most people outside of content creators who've covered the story didn't even realize that.
Well, to be honest, I haven't covered it, so I actually didn't even notice that he said Cameron. Did anybody notice that? That was good. Wow. Okay, I gotta give Nick a thumbs up for that one. That's funny. He kept calling him Cameron.
As we've touched on previously.
Davis. But that's like something Nick might do like as an accident. So maybe he did it as an accident and then he kept going because okay.
MamaMax has moved in with one of the many girls that he's currently assisting, but records show that doesn't always seem to have been the plan.
I want to actually answer some questions about like why we're doing donations through my Patreon rather than a GoFundMe. That is because I'm contractually obligated to see this case through and make sure Spencer is taken care of. Spencer is moving over to me in a couple of days, actually, and we're going to find her own place, and I will be paying for all of it.
Not sure what he meant by contractually obligated, but it sounds to me like Max was planning on getting Spencer a place of her own, but at least right now, they live together. I guess you just can't fake the step survivor atmosphere. But since money was mentioned, just to be clear, in exchange for this person's testimony, Spencer is receiving housing, income from Max's YouTube and Patreon, and also receiving the clout incentive from Max promoting her YouTube channel and placing integral parts of the investigation exclusively over there. This information does not, however, mean that Spencer is lying. What it does showcase is how unethical Max's investigations have been since day one. If Max sweetening the pot isn't enough for you to get outraged over, I certainly wasn't expecting to find out last week on the MamaMax live stream that before all of this, Spencer was Max's close family friend.
Spencer has known my family her whole life. Oh no. She was in the same kindergarten class as my sister. Yeah. I don't think y'all understand like the relationship here.
Like my aunt literally knows his mom.
Yeah, like.
Okay, I just noticed that because so I was about to go to MamaMax's channel, guys, and because last night MamaMax uploaded a video, and in that video he linked a GoFundMe meant for like survivors, and I'm actually curious, and this is crazy because I'm actually trying to find MamaMax's channel and I can't. Like I'm on the YouTube search and it's like all these anti-MamaMax videos. So, geez, where's his channel? I'm trying to find that video about. Oh, here it is. Okay, finally. But I need to show you guys this basically. But also something else I noticed. I'll mention in a second. Oh, the GoFundMe's gone. What? That's weird. Which, by the way, okay, this is completely unrelated, but something else that I thought was funny. The URL of the GoFundMe is literally gofundme.com/F the survivors. F the survivors of Camden Jerard Davis. I mean, I'm sure that's just a coincidence, but it's like, screw them, screw the survivors. Yeah, a little irrelevant, but yeah. Anyways, basically last night when I saw this video, the GoFundMe had over $9,000 in donations. And I was like, oh, damn, whoa, okay. But then I saw it's only said one donator, and that one donator was Max Striker. And I was like, wait, why would you, if you're donating money to the girl that's staying at your house, then why would you do it through GoFundMe where GoFundMe takes a fee? I'm everything about this is just so confusing. And anyway, the other thing that I noticed while I was searching for this link was that when I searched MamaMax, I didn't realize that I was joining a giant sausage party of people reviewing this Nick video. So good for Nick. I guess he does. Maybe we should switch to the Mutahar because, you know, maybe not as many people are reacting to Mutahar. I don't know. But I do think that, like, I feel like a lot of us are kind of like, well, I don't know how many people were actually here on my last live stream this past couple days ago, but we kind of got the gist of, because we watched the lyrics video. So I assume he probably covers a lot of like the lyric stuff, you know, regarding Camden Jerard Davis. So you could probably skip it. But this stuff, oh, wait, I just saw my face in there. Why did I see my face? Okay, we'll go right here. Oh God, motherfucker.
In reality, most people probably thought they were subscribed to a YouTuber who was hacked, and this misstep was not just a direct contributing factor, it is the reason his video bombed. Instead of realizing this and course correcting, the narcissistic man-child in charge blamed literally everyone else in this situation while acting like he's God's gift to abuse survivors in the same breath. Everyone else in this situation while acting like he's God's gift to abuse survivors in the same breath.
I had hoped that influencers, especially those who've interacted with my content before, would step up. Unfortunately, it seems that
Oh, okay.
Preservation.
Wait, what?
Interacted with my content before would step up. Unfortunately, it seems that self-preservation outweighs child welfare for most influencers.
For someone who...
What? What the fuck? Oh, okay, so it wasn't even Nick that put me in there. It's motherfucking Max. Wow, what a bit. Fuck you, Max. Oh my God. See, okay, I've never even. I gotta watch that. I got a lot to watch. And honestly, like I said, I'm working on this Max video. It's nothing like everybody else uploading. It's just I think, hopefully my final thoughts, right? Cause like, fuck this dude. And I'm glad. Here's the thing too. You guys have to remember. Okay, when I was working on Max content 2 years ago, like he had a lot of hardcore fans, and I'm pretty sure he had like bots too. I mean, maybe not like by his doing, right? But like a lot of content was getting like bot downvoted. It was ridiculous. And like a lot of like repetitive kind of messages were just kind of like in comments were being left on my videos and stuff. And it's just kind of like a drag to deal with. But like, I don't know, this guy's just so cringe.
Claims to be so righteous and humbly asking busy YouTubers for support. Imagine my shock when Muta and I sat down with Max, only to be berated by both him and Spencer for not doing more.
Yeah, why are you putting it all on me?
Like, because it's your case!
The one bringing it. Why are you?
Absolutely, I am the first one.
Yeah.
You are the only one. You haven't convinced anyone to come on board yet.
You haven't convinced exactly.
That's
you haven't.
Okay, we're back. Cool. Let's watch a little bit more here.
Signing an NDA so he can't discuss what he saw.
Oh yeah, but basically, I guess while I was cut out, basically, Mutahar actually signed an NDA from MamaMax to view evidence and shit. I'm like, because I never signed that. Like, MamaMax was so insistent in trying to pressure me to sign one. I'm like, no, I'm not signing an NDA.
As like a clout transaction so the audience will believe the evidence exists.
We have evidence in a Discord server.
With other influencers as well.
Yes, you can ask Mutahar if he's seen some of the evidence.
This is like beyond messed up. Here's a prime example of Max using Spencer as a human shield.
Well, I'm asking why you did not directly contact me, but contact us only in public streams.
Let's see, I contacted you November 27th. Max, I've seen your latest video. I've caught up with this whole situation. I have texted you.
What it felt like seeing him on streams?
You went on with Tommy and Lyrics and are sitting there talking to them when you literally haven't spoken to the other survivors.
Hold on, can you put Max on for a second?
I'm right here.
That was snaky as fuck, dude. Oh, I'm coming after you, Mutahar. Stand back. Spencer, can you tell him what you felt? You are literally just a little snake hiding behind her, dude. That's disgusting.
Can you listen to me? Can you listen to me?
Max is upset that Muta is going against him and flinging Spencer at him like a rag doll. Since you already know about the leaked recordings, you should also probably know about the nature of Max's evidence and how Max has come to his conclusions that he's expressed about Camden Jerard Davis.
Well, I addressed...
The thing is, guys, Max is very lazy. He doesn't care about the work, okay? He wants to be a filmmaker. He wants to direct. He wants to make movies. He doesn't actually care about the information.
Him as a cult leader and sexual predator because that's how he has been described by the survivors, and even testimonials themselves serve as evidence in a court of law. So,
oof. Oh, let's listen to that again.
Described
Davis.
Well, I addressed him as a cult leader and sexual predator because that's how he has been described by the survivors, and
how have you been described by the survivors that have spoken out about you, Max? Yikes. who, by the way, used a lot of testimonials as well, technically, you know? Yeah, they... This is crazy.
Even testimonials themselves serve as evidence in a court of law. So to me, that is all of the evidence I need to say this man is a sexual predator and cult leader.
So you're saying...
Oh my God, please, Nick, bring that up. Please. I beg. Please bring it up, the fact that, like, if that's all he needs, then that's all anyone needs to call you a predator and a stalker and a harasser and...
saying the allegation in and of itself is the evidence.
I'm sorry?
So you're saying the allegation in and of itself is the evidence?
It was everything. It was the evidence that was already there. It was the amount of them. It was the consistency of their testimonials, and it was.
I mean, but like you see the fallacy in that. Like, imagine if I said, "Max, you're a rapist," and Nick was to say, "Oh, well, that's a statement of fact because Muta made this statement." And that
you don't have to say Muta made the statement. Say 5 girls said it.
Yeah,
there you go. I knew it. God, I was about to be so disappointed. I was waiting. I was like, Nick, don't let me fucking down, bro.
What happened?
Well,
5 girls said it.
Well,
yes, after they were in a group chat together for 3 months, after changing their allegations.
Wait, I'm sorry. What group chat are you in? The evidence server with all of the girls?
Oh!
There is evidence in there. It's not just them plotting to take down
But there was
Camden.
evidence in the other one too, right?
Yeah,
you did go on her Facebook and post the self.
It's not just them plotting.
Harm stuff. You did, like...
Oh wait, why is it not? Okay, sorry, it's not HD here. Max texted Anthony early one morning. It was like, but like after 2, before 5, like between 2 and 5, with a link to a video and a message that said thanks Anthony, and the video Max was his wrist. Video was okay.
All those social media messages and stuff like that, that was you, right? Be it not the most important part of the story, clearly, but like, it's not like they just lied about you.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
You were like the social media part where you put like the self-harm video on Haley's thing. That was real, correct?
Oh yes, that was real.
Oh man, allegations are evidence. Our professional P-word hunter has gone to the same law school as Flamenco. Yes, your ears do not deceive you. A man who himself has been accused of abuse by 5 of his former friends and exes. Max believes that spoken word testimony is more than enough to make the claims he's made here. This justification has been used to dox Camden's mother and swing his audience of rabid abuse survivors in her direction. According to Spencer, Camden's mother had absolutely no knowledge of Spencer living in her home for the entirety of the 4 months she was there. According to Spencer, Camden does not even live with his mother currently. There is no acceptable excuse why Camden's family was doxed and maliciously targeted by MamaMax. While discussing this case, there have also been real concerns at who Max refers to each time he talks about lawyers.
Okay, so...
And let me just point something else out that Nick is, you know, I mean, obviously now it's already very extended, but like, if you guys remember that video I said I would react to, is MamaMax, like, tried to insult Sniper Wolf, right? And say that like, oh yeah, she's a bad influencer. He insulted her. Why? Because Sniper Wolf did the whole doxing with Jax Films. But it's like, bro, you're a super doxer. He consistently has doxed so many people. And he justifies it with like, well, they're predators or whatever, or...
Look at what I just sent you.
Yeah, you sent me a chat sheet.
Or their family of predators.
GPT prompt, not...
Oh my God. Oh my God. He sent...
Lawyers.
Okay, so look at what I just sent you.
Yeah, you sent me a chat GPT prompt, not a fucking legal definition.
I mean, we can argue legal semantics all we want.
No,
You're not
not
lawyers.
semantics. We have to look at exact definition, Max. You're going in with evidence that can't be 100% corroborated. You're going in with allegations as an evidence.
Why are we talking to your lawyer, ChatGPT, right now? Like, what the fuck is going on?
You know, if I make a video on this is what I have to work with. How do you honestly think I can take your side? Logically, if tomorrow I was like, oh, where's Max getting his legal definitions? Oh, ChatGPT. Well,
ChatGPT understands the legal system.
While I fully believe that MamaMax is speaking to legitimate lawyers in some capacity, sending us something like this to explain his position is...
What? Okay, that's a Nick L. Nick believes that he's speaking to lawyers to some capacity. Okay, I mean, I guess the L is saying he fully believes. Because it's believable to some capacity. I guess that's where he's trying to get the leeway, right? Because I don't think Max is speaking to any lawyers other than like sending an email out and not getting a response. I don't know.
Absolutely absurd.
Or like an email reaches out to him, but like, I'm sorry, I don't think Max is speaking to any lawyer at all.
And I find it funny that he wants us to take him seriously. Quite possibly the biggest bombshell in regard to the Camden case, and no, shockingly it wasn't the allegations or evidence thing, is that MamaMax hasn't even seen all of his own evidence yet.
Holy,
you are putting words in my mouth.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. That's what you said. You said you only verified Spencer's evidence. You didn't even properly analyze or timeline the evidence of the other victims. That's not putting words into your mouth. That's literally.
Okay, can you allow me to clarify them?
Sure, clarify this, please.
I'm in the server where they are posting evidence. Not all of them have walked me through what the evidence is as to what the context is.
Okay, so you can't verify the evidence then.
What does that mean? I can't verify it.
You can't verify if what they're posting is legitimate.
It means that there's a much larger issue here. Not only do we have no idea what's going on, it seems like you don't know what's going on.
I do know what's going on. I don't know the complete story.
You're the complete story. That's your job, just to get the complete story.
Max is pressuring creators to help get the story out when he doesn't even know that story.
Out there, you understand how crazy this sounds?
That is what we are working on.
Why do they come to you? I don't understand. You clearly have never done anything like this before.
And that is why I've been asking for help, Nick.
Why the hell did you make a statement of fact calling somebody a pedophile when you couldn't even properly walk?
Are we going to keep arguing this?
Yes!
Yeah, we are. We have to keep arguing it because you clearly don't understand the ramifications of what you're doing to this case.
Because you're setting it up for the guy who potentially and abused tons of women to take the money you've given these victims in court in a civil case.
I'm going to tell you right now, I actually believe the victims. I think that there is some malfeasance involved, but how you've handled this case and how you've been doing this call so far, you know who has a grounds to sue you? You know who has some credibility to win now? It's Camden.
Not only is this guy not going to go in jail, you're going to end up paying him, bro. Making money.
Do you want to read what you read to me earlier?
Yeah, this case is a shit show. It feels
Spencer, can you please take over?
Like every single answer creates 10 more questions, but what I refer to as an unacceptable negligent failure on the part of MamaMax, some others might try to dismiss as mistakes or being in over his head. So we're gonna have to go deeper, which is fine for me because these things are usually 4 to 6 feet deep anyways.
Corpse, I know you have nothing to...
Oh my god, I'm once again sorry, I have to pause because the voice, once again, hear him just...
Spencer, do you want to read to them what you just read to me?
And then he goes to...
Corpse, you have 2 weeks to respond to this.
Backstory for the biggest nuke that I've ever dropped in my 5 years on YouTube. Oh wait, I forgot. Leaked call. Oh no. Are you dipping too, Max?
I'm down to keep talking to you if you have more questions.
Don't be fooled now, you haven't seen anything yet. In fact, any of the 3 upcoming reveals in isolation would be career-ending for really any YouTuber in Max's field. I also think what you're about to see will be fairly shocking to his audience of sexual abuse survivors that he's farmed for cash month after month on Patreon. For that reason, alongside transparency, I will allow the next 8 excruciating minutes to play unimpeded, and I will only rejoin you after Max Striker's reputation has been thoroughly eviscerated. At the 1 minute mark, your mind will be blown. At the 5 minute mark, you'll be thinking it can't possibly get any worse, and around 2.5 minutes later, you'll realize it can, and it is.
Nick thinks we're out here have a timer of like the point that he starts playing the call.
Joy. So recently, people have been saying that your investigations kind of skew the line between fact and fiction because they're finding things that you've created as context for the video. I think people are pointing to the Discord server that you were an admin of when you were showing it. The lawsuit that you changed the name or whatever. How much of what you do is kayfabe and how much of it is legitimately like live? This is the investigation. Here it is.
So the investigations themselves are real, but obviously the films have fictional elements. There's multiple reasons. Like for example, the admin thing on the Discord server, I had to recreate it. Yeah, that was a recreation because I didn't have the originals. The IMVU thing, I wasn't. I don't know why people are saying like it's a film. Like I am presenting it as if it were to be real, but I didn't think people would take it as that. Like,
but wait, you hunt files. You don't think that people are going to think your videos are real?
So that's the thing.
Not only that, you did a Q&A where people asked if Casey's okay, and you said, yeah, she's okay. But, I mean, right here, he's basically admitting that there was never any Casey. It was all just a film. I don't this guy, but I mean, that answers the question or why when he was asked in that Discord little Q&A, he said, she's okay, and that's all I can say. And they were like, okay, yeah, we want to respect her privacy. That's fine. Convenient. Because there was never any Casey. She was just part of a storyline for his movie.
So I want everyone, when you watch my video, to assume everything is fake, except like when I show a penis face and what they're doing. Like, because obviously that's all.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, sorry. I know I said unimpeded. My bad.
Okay, I guess. Look, nobody posted the QR thing in my Discord, so I guess we have to scan this code too.
Hey guys, it's Kyle here. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a simple and easy approach you can do if you're looking to overcome your fear of approaching women. All right, guys, now I'm going to show you a few approaches, and then afterwards, I'm going to break down exactly what happened. Let's go. Hey, sorry, I don't want to bother you guys. I just want to say I think you are really, really cute.
Oh, thank you.
Have a
She's
good night.
adorable, isn't she?
Yes, very adorable.
She's like our house.
Hey, guys.
Huh? I feel like Nick showed me this video. I don't know what. Okay. All right. Boy, just come here. What do you want, baby? What do you want? Come here. Come here. She thinks she's a baby still. Butch's appearance. Can you link that video? Oh, bro, it's not. I'll link that for you for sure. I'll link it over in the Discord.
Unimpeded. My bad. Won't happen again.
So I want everyone, when you watch my video, to assume everything is fake, except like when I show a pedo's face and what they're doing. Like, because obviously that's all real. And that's why we include like Mega Drive links to show like, this is the full evidence. This is all real. Everything else should be considered fake, whether it's real or not. Like if I'm sending viruses to a pedo, whether that's fake or real, that's on purpose. Because I don't want people to know if I'm actually sending viruses to pedos, because that's implicating myself.
Like, so basically, if he says he's sending a virus in a video to a pedo, then he doesn't want people to know if that's true or not. Because he doesn't want to implicate himself. Yet, when he does a podcast with this survivor, he doesn't care if she says that she was luring minors, 13-year-olds, to... Okay.
So I guess the next logical question from there is just asking, because now it's come up saying like, well, you've never been to court. What have you done? What is the most substantial outcome of a predator hunt that you've done? What is the final nail in the coffin? You're like, if you had to go tell somebody, oh, what do you do? What does Max Stryker do? What's your proudest moment?
Honestly, the hunting pedos isn't my proudest aspect. The thing I'm proud of is inspiring those who are CSA survivors to fight back. That is.
And the worst part about that he wants to inspire CSA survivors to fight back, is that he wants them to literally, physically fight back. As you can see, his call to action to survivors is to fight them physically. He wants people to kill them. And like, what? Yeah, Coco, you might have missed it earlier. Spencer, the girl on the screen, confessed to like helping her alleged abuser lure a young girl to his house, which is kind of crazy to say out loud, but
my goal.
Have you ever gotten someone arrested?
If I have, then I don't know it.
You went on my podcast to tell me that you've got someone arrested and it was because of your video, just to be clear. Would you like to re-answer that question?
I've been emailed stuff like, hey, you got this guy arrested, congratulations.
You went on and you said, this guy was arrested, it was because of me, it was because of my video. And you told me that 2 years ago.
It's kind of egotistical of me to say that it was my video that did it. I don't know that for sure.
But then you said recently that he fled to the Philippines. So was Sonny ever arrested? Pablo Sonny? Did that ever even happen?
Yes, he did. All we know is that his last location we picked him up from was Mexico. Whether he fled to the Philippines or not, we don't know. We just know he has family there, and that's the most likely destination they would go to, just because.
But he was so he was arrested. That was.
Pablo Sonny? I don't think so. I think he got away.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, if he was arrested, I have no idea.
Why did you tell me he was arrested? You said Pablo Sonny was arrested and my video did it. Why?
Yeah, but when he said it, he was the MamaMax voice character, Nick. That's the difference. Now he's like the clueless.
Why did you lie to me on my show?
Good guy.
Do you have a clip of that?
Yes. It's in something I've been currently editing.
Yeah, send it to me.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. I think there's even a video on YouTube. Actually, can you just jump in the screen share? I'll just pull it over because somebody archived it.
I guess I can hear stuff, but I can't see
Perfect.
anything.
That's all you need because of the visual of the drawing. This is the 2 clips, contrasting clips of Pablo Sonny. What is your primary goal? Is that them? There's no. What's your other?
Well, I guess the question is like the Nick's getting at is like, okay, so you want to enact this change. What do you hope is the eventual result of your video?
Okay.
Of all this.
So I know there's people out there saying I'm doing it to self-serve. I just want my video back up. I don't give a shit if my video comes back up. It did what it needed to do. The rapist that was in the video is currently in police custody. And
was that as a result of your video, or was that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video.
Right.
The video was about IMVU and this one predator. I made it about him and him alone.
IMVU is a game, right? You played the game and you exposed this guy.
Yes.
Yeah, do you mind walking me through the chain of events that led from your video to him being imprisoned?
Yeah, so I dropped the video. The end of the video is a call to action. Usually all my videos are a call to action, like find him, and we did.
So in this case, find him meant like you didn't know who he was. You wanted his doc so he could go to jail.
Imagine John Swan, but he lied about pedophiles.
And his voice.
Right.
And out of that, I said find him, and then within 24 hours, we found him. And then I started social engineering all of his friends to give me his information, and they did. And then we pegged.
Wait, did he say he social engineered all his friends to give him information?
And then I started social engineering all of his friends to give me his information, and they did. And then.
Does that mean anything? Is that he social engineered his friends to give him information about him? Has anyone ever heard that being used before? Is that even a proper way to say anything? Oh yeah, I social engineered that person to give me the information that I wanted. What? Am I? Maybe, you know, sometimes the older I get, I mean, I get more surprised that I hear phrases that I've never heard before. I mean, yes, English is my second language, but I feel like if this phrase exists, I should know by now.
We pegged him. He fled.
Oh, that is a phrase? Okay, well, you know.
To Mexico. We found where he was in Mexico. I don't know if the police, he was from Canada. So I don't know if the police asked him to come back.
That's all terrible people are.
Very common. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Yeah. I knew it all along, actually, guys. I knew it.
Police asked him to come back, or he went on his own volition, or they forced him to come back. I don't know any of those details. I just know he went back to Canada and was in police custody for a certain amount of time.
So you lied.
So that was what I was told through Instagram posts when I was in contact with his friends.
You didn't remember that until I showed you the clip? You didn't remember that, like, this is your biggest crown achievement, that you got arrested?
I didn't remember the details, no. I just remember he fled to Mexico. All the police custody shit, that was only shit I was told. I couldn't verify any of that.
So you just got on stream and told everybody it was me, I did it, MamaMax, #1.
Yeah, that's not cool. You can let people know I think that.
Thank you.
He's like, you can let people know that what I did, what me lying about that was not cool. Let people know. Let people know, Nick.
It's one of the major points of contention. Last question. This is an ethical question, one of my favorite types of questions. In your previous investigations, what have you done to ensure that the evidence you're passing over to police is sufficient to get, prosecution? And what precautions do you take to make sure it's usable in a court of law?
So with Wayne's probably the best one. I mean, we literally had him in a voice call. Like, it's like the Mega Drive. Like, it's literally us saying we're 14 years old. He's saying, yeah, I want to see your pussy. I want to see, like, I want you to ride me and shit like that, to what he thinks is a 14-year-old. And we verified that by telling him, like, I don't know, I'm young. I don't know, I'm only 14. I think that should be sufficient to put him in prison. But the law says otherwise, I suppose, because as far as I know, he hasn't been imprisoned, and people have been I received an email that someone was going to talk to the deputy about why he hasn't been arrested. And I'm also actually going to start interviewing police local to me as to why pedophiles don't get arrested, because I know they all want to arrest them. It's just the law binds them.
So you've never actually gotten a pedophile arrested?
Not to my knowledge.
So your content is just making fun of pedophiles online?
I suppose, like I said, my biggest goal is to inspire survivors to fight back. And if I can do that, then I feel like I've done an adequate job.
So as it turns out, it was never a question of conviction. No wonder Max has never been to court before. In his 5 years of playing dress-up predator hunter, Max was never even able to secure so much as an arrest. As it turns out, all you need to be a distinguished predator.
Which is, like, it could be argued. I feel like it could be argued that it's fine, right? There's like, it's like gore porn. It's like catching a predator porn, right? Like, because it's all filmed and acted, all cinematic. If you've ever seen a MamaMax video, it's pretty violent, obviously reenacted. The only issue is that he tries to formulate it with like sometimes statistics and like a real person. And it's like, why? Why are you introducing real factors if they're not based in any sort of reality? And why are you introducing a real person, like a real supposed pedo, if you're gonna lie about catching him and getting him in prison? You know, that's the part that's just like cringe about it.
Hunter on YouTube is to farm inadmissible evidence by pretending you're a minor and sexting those predators. In fact, let the record show, we can count at least one time Max has sent pictures of his own ass to perverts online so they can record themselves beating off to it. But we can't count at least one time Max has investigated a predator that has led to an arrest.
I could not get his name, his personal social media. Above all else, I could not get his face, at least until I sent him a picture of my ass.
Oh shit!
And yes, that is my actual ass. So why don't you go to Patreon and support me sending my ass to pedophiles, ruining their pitiful little lives after my ass makes them happy enough to send me a picture of their face that I then publish to all of you.
Somebody get this guy's Patreon. We need to fund this operation more.
I couldn't even understand most of what was just said because the bass was just way too low. Okay. So basically, this is the Magnetar part. So if you guys remember, back when I was covering this, right? He claimed that Magnetar, the current boyfriend of Haley, who he admittedly stalked, was a pedo. And his evidence for that was a girl reporting to him that when they were in high school and he was like a senior and she was like a sophomore or something, but he was like 18, she was 15 or something like that. Like he apparently sent her a dick pic. Now, whatever your opinion may be on that, right? Whether that makes him a pedo or not, right? Or whether that even happened, who fucking knows? Because there's never even any evidence, but he says it so full with his chest and confidence. And it's like, it's just, he never came through with anything. So like, I know that when I asked him about it 2 years ago, he said that, because also, he also put his email saying, if you have more information on Anthony Field, right? And he like showed all these clips of where Anthony worked and all this stuff. He put his email saying, contact me if you have more information on Anthony Field. So when I asked him about it, he's like, yo, I've been getting a lot of emails. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of emails. And he chuckles about it. And he also, I told him about how Vito had called into my show and he was not happy with being called a pedo by him. And he laughed at that. He's enjoying that people are upset that he calls them pedophiles. So it's odd. I just want to give that context. But basically, yeah, so Magnetar is his name. Anthony as well. Magnetar, Anthony, is a guy he just shamelessly just accused of being a pedo based on this. Here, I'm glad that Muda showed the quote-unquote evidence from Max.
Evidence against Magnetar at the time amounted to a witness statement over Twitter, and that was all he really had to bring. He made a serious allegation, and even then he followed up in his video that he wasn't going to continue investigating because there wasn't enough actual evidence. Oh,
okay. So I got a detail wrong, right? He was a senior and she was a freshman. So obviously, I don't even know if the ages were made clear or whatever, but basically just senior freshman and whatever it was, right? And he just like showed a picture of Anthony and blah, blah, blah with Obama because he was doing like political work. And like, given how Max is so like call to action, says harass this guy and shit like that, right? Like people actually did harass both Anthony and his girlfriend, Haley. And like they like were sending threatening emails, not just to him, but also like his work. And that's the dangerous thing, you know, because it's like, obviously, when you label someone like this, it's like, it's going to have implications. And especially when you built up this army of an audience.
Not made a video on him, despite wanting to all these years, because I do not want to harass them. And I feel this is not enough evidence to build an entire case against him. So I have not and will not until we have more proof.
Max. So again, he's been wanting to make a video about Anthony for years, apparently. But he asks his audience for more evidence. And I guess he never got anything. Yeah.
Made an unsubstantiated claim against Magnetar without sufficient proof, showed a bunch of his photos, gave out his full name, place of work, and basically ruined this person's life. Now, look, I have no idea what the truth of the situation is, right? But what I do know is Max made an unsubstantiated claim. And I made a very severe mistake of not looking into this at the time and giving a friend of mine a serious softball at the time. In reality, I talked about this on an episode of our podcast and without intention downplayed a serious situation, not just for Magnetar, but for some of Max's ex-girlfriends in that situation. And for that...
Oh, okay. Well, to be fair, Mutahar only talked me on an Augie stream, so it wasn't on his own podcast.
I'm beyond sorry. If you call someone...
He doesn't have to be beyond sorry to me.
Which he did, make sure it's 100%. In the last 24 hours, Max made a video titled, "I'm taking accountability into my own hands." Now, there's a few things I want to address from this video because for the most part, in my opinion, it's mostly him not really taking any accountability other than for basically bringing Charlie into something that he never needed to be in the first place. There's two things I want to address from this that really drive me insane.
Let's just start from the beginning. I met Spencer. She told me what happened to her. I told her I was busy with other projects, but if you need me to hand this to someone else, I will. She said, no, I want you. And so a few years later, I finally came back and I was like, okay, are you ready? And we did the podcast.
How is it that you can waste 3 years on what could have been a solid investigation and decide to cover other content that people are now questioning the characteristics of, content that you have admitted to us is presented in a factually misleading way where we have to sift between fact and fiction when you had something real? If you could put the case, something you believe so serious, off for 3 years, why do you give the average creator 3 weeks to figure things out?
That's what I was saying, dude. It's like, well, and not even just to figure out, but just also the fact of wanting to respond to him. Like he was demanding responses right away. He was demanding people to sign his NDA. It's like
I've actually known more about this case in the last 48 hours than I have in the last 2 months. I even found a YouTube channel through the help of one of the victims that reached out to me. And they showed me how, yes, one of these channels exists and how they predate on girls in the Georgia area. These are things that slowly are being built up, but I'll get to that later. The other point is this.
But you can't just tell your story anymore. Now you need concrete evidence. Now you need to go to law enforcement multiple times. Now you need to consult with lawyers. We can't just listen to survivors when they're screaming for help.
Yes, you do need evidence. This
that's such a cringe part, guys. So that's part of this video from Max again. I don't know if you guys want to sit and watch it. I'm glad that Muda put some of it because it's pretty painful to watch. But while part of me understands his words because it is the frustration of actual survivors, not his. I don't understand why he's role playing now as if he is a victim of Blackula or whatever. I think that's the person's name, right? Or Camden Jerard Davis did. I don't know, or why people are calling him Blackula, whatever. But I can understand that frustration, but that frustration comes typically when there's either an innocent mistake or or a mishandling, right? Whether or if say for example, someone went against a large creator or a large person in power, right? And they said something that could be poked at. Yeah, that's gonna happen, and that might not be their fault. So that sucks. Or unfortunately, in this case, it's when you are representing someone and there isn't anybody like this. This Jerard Davis person isn't some huge person of power. They're not intimidating to the degree that they could take Max down at least, because obviously he's the one trying to puff up his chest and doxing his entire family. So he's the one mishandling it. He is the reason of why this statement applies right here. Because yes, it is frustrating that survivors can't always tell their story, but it sucks. What sucks about this is that you are the reason that this is the sentiment going on with the survivors in this story, not them. It sucks when it's their fault because they're going against someone of power and they have a bigger following and they kind of attack in every sense, and they just can't have the proof or whatever. That does happen. That is common. But that doesn't apply here, Max, because this is your damn fault. You fumbled this so damn badly that you need to just step away. This whole weird shit where you house this alleged victim. And also I wanted to ask, because I don't know if anybody knows about this, right? Because at the end of this video, he gets all serious and it starts basically just summarizing the story. Because the first 7 minutes of this video, by the way, let me just summarize it because I don't know. If we'll get, I don't think, no, fuck it, we're not watching it. First 7 minutes is just him, quote unquote, apologizing to Moist Critikal. And then after that, he starts talking about like Jerard Davis, right? And here is where he talks about it.
And I told him you just raped me.
Who victimized hundreds of minors on platforms like Kick and Whisper. He went under a few aliases such as Cade, Quinn, Sincade, Giomara, and Godric, among other possible names. His cult went by the Guild of Divinity, the Daemons, and Eon Syndicate, among other possible titles. Despite being reported to multiple different law enforcement agencies over the past 7 years, they are still active. Brainwashing emotionally vulnerable children, predominantly preteen girls, into believing they are supernatural creatures like werewolves and vampires in order to seduce them into illegal activities for monetary profit. We have a growing server of survivors filled with a piling number of evidence that
he hasn't even seen.
Are saving for law enforcement and legal teams.
He's like, hey, attorneys, police, can you guys look at this? I haven't seen it yet, but you guys can have a look at it. I'm sure it's good.
Specialize in complex cult cases. We have been advised to protect this evidence until our work with them is either complete or goes unresolved. However, we are still looking for the remaining survivors who were victimized by this cult, and we are kindly asking for your help to share this message. Notable influencers are invited to join our server if you are interested in helping us.
I haven't seen one point. No,
we will continue making videos that promote this message, adapting our approach in response to the evolving environment. Once this phase is complete, we will drop part 1 of the documentary.
Once this phase is complete, I'm sorry, what is this phase? What is phase 1? That he's like holding this documentary he has hostage up until what? I missed it. Like, and I hate to listen to it again. Did anybody catch that? Like, he's gonna release part 1 of the documentary when? However, we're still looking for remaining survivors who are victimized, and we are kindly asking for your help to share this message. Notable survivors are invited. So when more survivors and more influencers share the story, that's when he's gonna drop part 1 of his documentary?
Adapting our approach in response to the evolving environment. Once this phase is complete.
Oh, also, let's not complete. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip this part.
We will continue making videos that promote this message, adapting our approach in response to the evolving environment.
So he's going to continue doing videos that promote his message, adopting his approach in response to the evolving environment. This is all an experiment for him. He's just like experimenting based on how people respond. And again, I haven't seen it all, but like he's been doing like shorts. Oh my God, I just noticed also his channel icon. It's like 2 hands holding, like an adult hand and a child's hand. But yeah, he's been doing shorts. As you can see here, and like these odd videos, like the sniper one is so weird. That's the one I wanted to react to because it's so like messed up. I wonder if that's the one where he put me in.
Once this phase is complete, we will drop part 1 of the documentary. If you are a survivor of Camden Jerard Davis, please reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, this is a part. What is this? Why? Is he the survivor of Camden Jerard Davis? I can't even say the name. What happened there? Why did he get a hug? Huh? I think going to the public and like, you know, whatever, like YouTube, whatever, can be good in swaying and getting the information out. That's fair. But like, his message is not at all clear, and he's doing it in all the wrong ways. And I say this as an expert, right? That's like why I was canceled, because it's like I should always know best. I'm the expert. No, but for real, it's just common knowledge. Like, you should, like, it's, I don't know. And if you can't handle it, if you can't do the basics, then get out of the kitchen. All right, well, I didn't technically say how long the show would be, but I think we pretty much watched both videos in its entirety by mixing a little bit of both. It looks like Nick covers the same stuff about Anthony. Hot Beats, Catch 2. Call to Action. Yeah, cool. All right, well, I think we're done. I think we're done. I think we pretty much watched it all, and we're caught up now, which I think we're caught up with like everything.